Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning, just coming up on the 7 a.m. hour. Don't usually do a live stream bright and early on Saturday morning, but got a few rumbles of thunder out there. Got me looking into the forecast today and looking finally with some new high res data at what we can expect Sunday over into Monday for our little wintry mix system. So let's go ahead and look at all of that. By the way, I do see an unsettled weather pattern remaining through the week. So I think that's the bottom line for the forecast today. We have an unsettled weather pattern that really kicks off today, gives us a winter system Sunday, Monday, and then a rainy week all the way through next week. So that's the big picture. If that's all you got time for this morning, thanks for stopping by. If you've got a little more time, stick around. Today's weather is sponsored by me and everybody at Mullinax Funeral Home of Butler and Drexel, bringing you today's weather. Almost 20 years. Hard to believe, serving the community. So give us a call when questions arise. You will be in very good hands, you and your family. So let's go ahead and take a look at live radar right now. So just this is actually what's going on is there's a surface boundary up here and off to our northwest. Yeah, just going to park out and it's going to kick up these little storms throughout the morning. These are going to linger. I'm going to show you the data, but let's go ahead and pause radar right now. Nothing to be concerned about. In fact, our severe weather outlook, I will go ahead and put that up here, only has a general thunderstorm risk for approximately the southern southeastern parts of our forecast area today. So that is all that we have, but they are pretty noisy this morning. So showing some general thunderstorm activity here south of Harrisonville going down the 7 highway corridor. A few little thunderstorms giving you plenty of lightning and thunder activity this morning here just around the 18 highway corridor. So hearing them out here in Ballard, New Piper, all the way over towards the Clinton area as well. But as you can see on radar, these are going to slide off to the southeast this morning. So there's your current radar situation. So what do we have for the rest of the weekend and over into next week? Glad you asked, because it's a lot. Let me go ahead and pull up some forecast data here for you. All right, so here's where we will be later on this morning. Here's about the 9 a.m. hour. Do see, again, that boundary, just dusting up some showers and thunderstorms. Here we are between 9 and 10 a.m. Another little wave of thunderstorms might come through for you folks down towards Nevada. So overall, I do see a little cluster of thunderstorms from up here in Osawatomie all the way down towards Stockton. So picking up Rich Hill, Nevada area for sure later on this morning. So just a few hours to go before we see this wave of activity. So largely clearing for the afternoon, but I mean, you know, here's little pop-ups. Let me back up. There's about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. So little pop-up thunderstorms, all possible. So drizzle and more possible for the rest of your Saturday. So let's go ahead and look towards Sunday afternoon and evening. So cloud cover is definitely going to overtake the area through the day Sunday. Can't rule out a little bit of drizzle and stuff like that. But here it is at about 2 o'clock that I think things start to pick up. Between 2 and 3, we're going to have, again, more of what we saw today, just under cloudier skies. So some little pop-up showers and thunderstorms all the way through. These are going to start off over on the Kansas side. Here is a look at your Kansas side forecast starting at about 3 o'clock Sunday. So if you got outside stuff to do that needs to be concluded by the time that this little system gets going, that is your time frame. So as we work a little bit further over into Sunday evening, here is about 6 p.m. right now. Again, looking at a rain and thunderstorm event down here south of Nevada. So picking up Oswego, Joplin, Neosho with definite thunderstorm activity, remaining a rain event up through the I-49 corridor up towards Butler and Harrisonville. Again, this is about the 6 p.m. hour. Should just be looking at a rain event, light to moderate. So let's go ahead and scoot further. This is about 8 o'clock that I see transition zone starting to set up. So let's go ahead and look over at the Kansas side first. Seems to be our zone changing from rain over to sleet is going to be somewhere here around Osawatomie and points to the north. So looking at Paola and Lewisburg, Ottawa points to the north for that sleet to start. Again, this is about 8 o'clock on Sunday night. So let's back up. Here's about 9 o'clock. So as we get over towards the Missouri side, I really think that anywhere around Drexel, Archie, Garden City, over towards Chilhowie, Leeton, we'll go over towards Windsor, will be the spot that we will again see that transition over to sleet. Kansas City covered in a wintry mix by 9 o'clock Sunday night. So we will see sleet up here in Lee Summit, Greenwood, Grandview area, possibly a transition to snow just north of the 50 highway corridor here out east of Lee Summit. So again, this is a possible radar for your 9 p.m. Sunday. Looks like down here south of maybe the Archie area, Drexel area, we will stay all rain through this period of time. So this is going to slide over towards about 11 o'clock midnight. Again, Kansas City area, do look at that mix, mostly sleet. Harrisonville maybe, and points to the south along 7 Highway here into the rain by that point. So let me go ahead and switch forecast models just to show you another similar possibility. A little bit different, but similar. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Just 1 second here. We'll go about up to the same time frame. So this is the North American model, which is being a little bit more, it's exaggerating a little bit more. It's being a little bit more aggressive, showing an area of sleet hangs on longer over here on the Kansas side. So this is the same time frame. This is about 11 p.m. to midnight on Sunday night, showing a little bit bigger arc of sleet. This is a little bit aggressive. I am not sure that we're going to see this, but it is a possibility. The reason I'm not so confident in that much sleet is our ensemble forecast data. Freezing rain totals don't really bear this out. Neither does QPF for the weather nerds out there. So, but it is possible, right? That is what a different high-res model is saying. Most of the reason I'm looking at this is to see how long showers will last. And so as I go over into Monday morning, here is your Monday 6 a.m. Still showing that a mix is possible up here north of Kansas City. But for KC and points to the south on Monday morning, I do still see drizzle on up to moderate showers. And when did they end? Here we go up until about noon. And that's where our NamNest model will leave off for high res. I think it started to work its way out of here, but do expect a rainy Monday as well. So let's talk about next what all this is going to mean. It's actually a whole bunch of talk. At least that's what it felt like, for not a lot. Let's go ahead and look first at, let's do this the other way around. Here's ice, right? Let's look at ice totals, right? From all that freezing rain. I mean, it doesn't take much, right? But we're still hanging on to 1/100 of an inch of ice possible up here in the Kansas City area, maybe 2/100 of an inch out in some locations a little bit further to the north, because you guys see all of that hangs out more to the north, right? So that's ice. Snow is not that big of a deal either. In fact, it may be up here in northeast, north central Missouri that you might get over an inch of snow. The rest of us are going to get a dusting on up to 4/10 of an inch, maybe a few very isolated places picking up to an inch, but it's just not a widespread snow event. So what about next week? Let's jump through that. This is what I see happening next week. After that, temperatures rebound. I'll show you that in just a second after our winter system. But I'm looking at Tuesday as our next chance of rain. So plan on a rainy Tuesday. I see some light showers starting off Tuesday morning. I see some possible thunderstorms moving through with the surface low. This looks like Tuesday night over into Wednesday. So let's look at how much precipitation we can pick up with that one. Get a little bit of a break, and there's one more currently looking like Thursday night over into Friday, and this may be pop up some thunderstorm activity as well. So it is March. Here we go. Boom, bang. So let's take a look at what we might get precipitation-wise out of all of this. Here's our winter system. Here's our Sunday night, Monday, looking like 3 to 5 tenths of an inch. So, I mean, up to possibly 1/2 inch, especially points to the south. So that's consistent with the forecast I just showed you with all that rain hanging out predominantly south of I-70. Let's go ahead and add in the Tuesday system. Here's where things get nice. Up to almost 2 inches in some areas. What might KC be? 1.4? Inch and a half? Possibly adding in the Tuesday over into Wednesday stuff. So let's add on that third system that comes a little bit later in the week. And there's also one Saturday I didn't show you as well, possibly, because it's getting kind of far out there. I'm not sure. But ensemble data tells us by Sunday, we could be up to around 2.6 inches up in Kansas City. Central Missouri at almost 5 inches. So east central Kansas, 3 inches. West central Missouri, around 3.7 inches again. This is all week rain totals. And I would say, as long as it all does not come at one time, we need it pretty bad. Here are your temperatures, though. Like I said, nice little rebound next week. Overnight lows in the 30s. tonight over into Sunday and also Monday morning. And then boom, we're back up to 70 degrees for your Tuesday and stays there for that long rainy week ahead. So there is a whole bunch of data for you. I hope that helps you out with the rest of the weekend, what to expect for your little winter system, depending on where you live. But I will keep an eye on things here and go live as things start to happen with you. So that is what I know on a Saturday morning. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll catch you later.